So, decent amount of stuff happened. Go whack that mole. So Megumi Fushiguro Megumi just single-handedly took down a Sukuna finger.
What was his expansion, even though it was incomplete?
Chimera Shadow Garden.
Chimera Shadow?
Chimera Shadow Garden, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Shadow Garden.
I love that this is confirmation that the baseball episode was not filler. It was a really good point, right? Gojo and Itadori totally would always go for the home run, right?
It's so interesting to me that Megumi's like, well, we have to have cooperation. And Gojo's like, it's not completely, like, if you have a team sport, you wouldn't want to not show... I feel like if you think of Itadori and Gojo, they're not going to put others in harm's way with their home run, you know? And you can still push yourself to your complete potential as an individual and kind of do the home run for the sake of the big picture without it having any adverse effect on your team.
Yeah.
Because Itadori has never, other than when he transitioned into Sukuna and was unable to break out of it, he's never put his teammates in harm's way. And Gojo, when he shot Hanami with the purple, didn't hurt Itadori or Todo, even though they were nearby.
Yeah. I think that the fact Gojo saying that Jujutsu sorcery is not a team sport, it's an individual sport. If you go for a home run and you cost your team the game, your team loses. Your team dies in this analogy, right? In Jujutsu sorcery, if you go for the home run and you get out, you die. That doesn't necessarily mean your partners die. They're fighting for their own lives as well, as well, you know?
It's like everyone's fighting. They might be on a team and they could work together, but
at the end of the day, you're by yourself.
At the end of the day, you need to make sure you survive.
Yeah.
And you're able, with hopefully the best shot of killing this thing.
And obviously, I don't know if it's a mix of Megumi just not having a lot of, of not placing a lot of importance on his own life.
Right.
Or is it a mix of just him valuing these other people so much that he's willing to, or is just him not believing in himself, like Gojo said, him not having a clear picture in mind of a future version of himself that's stronger.
Could be all three of those things, honestly.
Yeah, and Gojo says, you believe that in the worst case, you can resolve everything at the cost of your life. We have had, I think, 3 instances, including this episode during this show, that one versus Sukuna, one versus Todo, and one here, that Fushiguro has started saying sacred treasure, swing, and
Wasn't he also going to do it with Hanami?
Yes, and then Maki said stop. Yeah, reinforcements arrived. You were very right. I'm assuming that last thing
is basically you will definitely die, but you'll definitely take down that thing with you.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's one really interesting, and one we always have that knowledge of that being a potential thing. But it's very compelling to influences rise here in the story, right? Forget about me, you'll never even measure up to Nanami. This is such a great line. Dying to win and risking death to win are completely different, Megumi. Because dying to win, yep, you're going to take yourself out with the opponent, but risking death to win, there's that chance that you don't take the opponent down,
but you're giving it everything you got.
Yeah.
And you can have no regrets over the fact that if you die, you literally did it all. You did all you could with trying to not die and trying to survive and take this thing down. So it's not in vain.
I love the
Screw it.
Yeah, a Jujutsu sorcerer's growth curve isn't necessarily gradual, like a gentle slope. It could just be that instance, because Fushiguro, he just did a domain expansion, bro. I mean, it's messy, but...
There was I think Gojo said what was wrong was his mindset, and it was like he knocked over his mind block.
Yeah.
Like, there was a block there.
He went for it.
And he just knocked it over, and that was the growth. He was able to, like, speed forward.
Just push it out.
He was like, don't even think about it. Just
imagine a future version of myself who's freely surpassed my limits. And then this expression, I'll do it. Like
he was going, like, slightly crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, love it.
He has to push out that tremendous power that he's never done before and kind of fully try.
Yeah.
He had to, like, go a little crazy.
This is, I think, my favorite domain expansion visually in the show. I'm not gonna lie, Mahito's is definitely up there. Gojo's is definitely... They're all fucking cool. But this is one... I love this one. I think it's so badass.
What happened with the two Nuis?
I think that
Did he turn into one of them?
I think that he just has, like, full control over this domain, and he can make anything he want happen in it.
Oh.
Right? I don't know. Good question.
Because didn't he turn into that shadow black?
Yeah.
It's almost like he melted into it.
He melted away from it. Like, he got hurt. Like a beam, like, went through his hand, and then he, like melted into the, like, shadows, and then reappeared elsewhere.
Yeah, so I was thinking when the two showed up that he was one of them.
Yeah.
But I probably was wrong. Also, the three guys in the hallway, don't they look a lot like younger versions of the three guys that died?
Kind of, yeah.
Like, the guy with the glasses is probably that first guy we saw die with his hair
that's not a bad guess.
Which I thought they were probably from way further time period.
Well, they are 20 years. They aren't the same people for sure. Because remember, they said it was 20 years in the past.
Interesting that the three of them kind of resembled. Because one of them even had the same hair as, like, the bigger guy out of the three.
Yeah. So, when Fushiguro was in the first grade, his father and Sumiki's mother, one parent each, hooked up. Then vanished without a trace. We heard once before about Fushiguro's father when he was facing...
Sukuna, right?
Sukuna, and he was like, somebody who named me this without regard of my gender. A suspicious white-haired man told us, enter Gojo, you know, your dad. He's from the Zenin clan, a big clan amongst Jujutsu sorcerers. And again about the Zenin clan, right? But they're such good-for-nothings, it freaks even me out. Your father left the clan to have you. Interesting. Megumi-kun. Your father was saving you as the ultimate card to use against the Zenin clan.
But instead he sold him?
Pisses you off, doesn't it? That solved the mystery of how they got funds to disappear. Apparently I'd been sold to that Zenin clan. So what does that mean?
He created him as the trump card, but then he sells him to them? Does that mean
to maybe disappear or something?
He wanted to be able to get away completely and changed his mind of what his goal was?
Maybe.
Maybe once he fell in love with Sumiki's mother, his goal changed.
Yeah. But for some reason, Gojo knows about it and stopped the sale to the Zenin clan.
So Gojo basically becomes, like, dad.
Basically, used the promise that I'd work as a Jujutsu sorcerer as collateral.
They've always kind of had more of a familial relationship.
Yeah. Which I appreciate.
Also, like, come on, you don't do this to a child who's alone. Like, it's such creeper.
It's so funny, though, in this instance.
It's funny because we know Gojo.
Exactly.
But think of this, like,
it would be the creepiest thing in the world.
This is a random white-haired man he's never met that's telling him that his dad sold him and is wiggling his fingers at him.
So wait, I'm just gonna rewind a second just to get a full... So how many years has passed here? So it's like, when he was in the first grade, my father and Sumiku's father, one parent each hooked up, right? So, does that mean Fushiguro knew his father?
Yeah.
For a while until he was in the first grade, and then they hooked up and vanished? So
does that mean that Sumiki wasn't a sorcerer and couldn't use?
It seems like it.
Yeah, it seems like.
I mean, we've seen a clan instance with the mother of Kamo, right? Mm-hmm. What what did he say? A slutty concubine or something, and banished her from the clan. And so it seems like, he was raising Fushiguro to be this person against the clan, and then after hooking up with this woman, he's like, all right, not gonna do this, gonna trade Fushiguro's life so that I can leave the clan. Am I understanding that right?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So I guess whoever Fushiguro's mom
But then it says your father left the clan to have you.
Maybe they were constantly making his life really difficult.
Yeah.
Even though he left the clan. Think about Maki. They're constantly making Maki's life difficult, even though she's not in the clan.
So Fushiguro's dad, we don't know about his mom. Fushiguro's dad left the clan, had Fushiguro.
Somehow something happened to Fushiguro's mom.
Saving you as the ultimate card to use against the clan, and then in the first grade decided to instead, after leaving the clan, to attack the clan, selling him to the clan to use the funds to leave.
To disappear.
Yeah.
It seems weird, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like Fushiguro gets the vibe that his dad's a good for nothing. I'm wondering what. I mean, all he gets of what happened is from the white-haired man. So Gojo strikes me as someone who could possibly not tell 100% of the truth. So it makes you wonder if something else happened, and this is the story that Gojo is using.
Yes, very true. Very true. Mm-hmm. I love this episode so much. The art was great, and I love that Fushiguro used domain expansion. What we've only seen very few domain expansions.
I felt like he would be the first one.
Out of the group?
Yeah, I felt out of the trio. And even, don't the upperclassmen don't even have, I don't think they even have domain expansions,
We've
right?
seen Gojo's domain expansion, Jogo's domain expansion, Nanami, no, not Nanami. Nanami could never do a domain expansion. Mahito's domain expansion, and then Megami's. That's three we've seen.
Yeah, Gojo was the only good guy domain that we've seen. So obviously until now. Yeah,
this is the second character on the good guy side that we've seen use a domain expansion, and it's Fushiguro, dude. My man.
I definitely felt like he was going to be the first one. Just because he's the one that obviously, as we know, has had the most time in this world and universe and has been training, obviously, with Gojo since, the first grade.
Yeah.
So he has a lot more understanding of his own cursed energy.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And now we have the curse
the musty guy. The musty, don't look at my back guy.
And the other one versus Itadori and Nobara. Kugisaki. Exciting. Last episode of the season.
So, these things were brothers. These curses were brothers in a trio before being put into people. Mm-hmm. So, these curses separately already have this kind of relationship. Mm-hmm. Because at first I was like, why? They've only known each other for a night. Why are they acting like they're, so close and, brothers? And they understand each other so well. And then I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
It's because they were already, like Sukuna in the finger. Sukuna's been around forever. These three curses, obviously, had a relationship prior.
Nobara asked a really interesting question, because what are they?
She couldn't tell if they were curse users or curses.
And they're
transfigured. They're kind of like what Itadori is, right?
A little bit, just
Would they feel the same, energy-wise? She isn't calling upon it.
it's different, right? Sukuna, like it wouldn't have just been anybody who could eat the finger. These, it would transform the person regardless. So it seems more of like a complete takeover of a human. Not necessarily like a transfigured human, right? Like Mahito, but more of like a, I'm going to take this person as a vessel, use him, and never like, and just like it. I imagine it as if the first episode, when Itadori was taken over by Sukuna, and then Sukuna was like, wait, what? And then you saw Yuji talking. If Yuji never
was able to
talk, it was just Sukuna for the rest of existence, you know? But yeah, I'm excited for the last episode of the season.
So the third brother is going to show up. Oh, are they all brothers? I don't know if we know that. There might be a sister. I think it might be a third brother.
Why do you think they're going to show up?
Because we saw Mahito had 3 jars and 2 of them just showed up. So I feel like there has to be the third one showing up. That's why. But also, does that mean the second season is going to be October 31st? Because I don't see how you can go from this battle, this fight, to...
I don't think they should.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be too...
Maybe, like, if
we're not ready for it.
Like,
it'd be too quick.
Or it could be like what you said, like a little snippet and then like a explosion in the background. Who knows?
Oh, it could be like a week later and all they show... It's like, on the screen, they're like, a week later, and all they show is like a place blowing up.
Yeah. Could be.
And like the looks on our characters' faces.
Who knows? I trust Jujutsu Kaisen. I trust how they'd end a season. And I'm sure they'd do it in a way that would make me happy and fearful and just full of different emotions, but in a good way.
Wait, are these curses the ones that were stolen with the fingers?
I think that is a fair assumption.
Ooh, death painting. Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time for the season finale of Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if it's a mix of Megumi just not having a lot of not placing a lot of importance on his own life,
right?
Or is it a mix of just him valuing these other people so much that he's willing to, or is just him not believing in himself? I don't know if it's a mix of Megumi just not having a lot of not placing a lot of importance on his own life.
Right.
Or is it a mix of just him valuing these other people so much that he's willing to, or is just him not believing in himself?